one thing that I like to start when I talk about this is my own experience, because you can always speak about yourself, and that's the easiest place to start, because so flashback to about 2017. I was, in these cohorts of like, you got to get on social media and do this, and I was pretty active on Facebook, but I wasn't understanding Instagram, and I wanted to get more active on that, and I was really wanting to push my web design business at the time, and so I'd wake up, and the first thing I do is I spend time on Instagram, and then the rest of the day would feel horrible, and I'd be like, what's going on? And finally I started realizing, after a while, after so many times, that that's not a healthy way to wake up. You really shouldn't look at, it's like these perfect pictures of people is not a very healthy way to start your day, nor is it very productive. And so I immediately stopped doing that and started evaluating other habits that would be more fruitful for me. And I noticed when I started getting off Instagram, and I even reduced a little bit of my Facebook because I was on that pretty actively, I felt better, and I wasn't obsessing about things as much. I wasn't obsessing about what I was doing wrong, or what, and always that FOMO. That FOMO hits you so hard. Oh my God. And then I realized, oh, I didn't need to check my email all the time, and started setting boundaries around that, and studying what other people recommend for habits. This one, I can't remember who it was, but I think it's like some kind of Zen blogger was recommending even deleting your social media apps on the weekends, so you don't, maybe use them for work, or you have certain habits, but deleting them so you don't necessarily keep going to them over and over, and then you can reinstall them for a purpose. And I've done that a lot with Facebook, to only use it for certain specific reasons.
Remember, you talked about that at one of our meetings, was go on there and do something specific. Go on there with a mission.
Yeah.
Someone you're following. I'm letting some people in right now.
Of course.
Someone you're following, or something you want to post, but this mindless scrolling,
right,
what we're seeing isn't reality, right? You're not seeing the sadness and the bad, you're seeing a certain picture of people's lives.
Right. Exactly. So one of the platforms I'm very active on is LinkedIn, and I've been studying that over the past year or so, and realizing that if I'm intentional about who I want to seek out and talk to there, I'm going to have a lot more interaction, and the type of interactions I want. And so I think a lot of people just think they have to go on LinkedIn and scroll and just interact with whoever they see. And like, no, you actually want to create a list, like, in Excel or Word or whatever, and a physical separate list, and then engage with those people, and even go as far to create a link so you can see their posts, and then, shower them with love, give them awesome comments to let them know that you care about what they're saying, or resharing what they're promoting, those types of things. That's really where the engagement is. And that's when people talk about connecting on social media, that and engagement, that's what that is. It's not scrolling and just liking whatever you see, because that's mind numbing, and it's a rabbit hole, as we all know. You just go down that rabbit hole, and half an hour later, you're like, oh God, what did I do? I feel, and this is my analogies, I like to say, it's like eating that big bag of Cheetos. You're like, I just want to eat a few Cheetos. And then, it's like, this is my favorite snack food. I don't buy Cheetos unless I really want to eat them, because I'll just eat the whole bag. So, you'll have one or two, and you're like, oh, these are really delicious, I'm gonna have some more. And then it's just like scrolling. You keep eating the Cheetos, and all of a sudden the bag's gone. The bag's empty, and you're like, they're all gone. You're like, oh God. And that's the same kind of feeling, I think, when you just scroll, because it's just that like junky food feeling of like, ew, gross, I feel like I'm gonna throw up now.
So setting and having an intention when you go on social media.
Yep.
And then setting some time limits, like maybe not doing first thing in the morning, but do you give yourself a little time budget as to when you're going to go and post? And
absolutely. And I schedule things, because as a business owner, I think that's critical. You have strategy around what you're going to post, and meaning, and have like, want to post at certain times of the day. There's all kinds of things around that. But I think just being intentional is really important. And I actually will set a timer when I get on LinkedIn specifically, so I can measure how much time I'm spending on there. And that forces me to really pay attention to what I need to get done, and not just like dilly-dally or get lost down that rabbit hole. Have that accountability.